Hey guys, welcome to Bricksville. So, today we're going to be looking at an unexpected gathering. But before I talk about that, I actually want to talk a little bit about the shop. So, we've been having a fun time decorating for Halloween, and we actually made a sign of our logo actually out of Lego. So, we took two maps, world maps, and then kind of made our logo, and it started to do a little bit of the greebling, and we've just been having fun with that. But without further ado, we got The Unexpected Gathering, set number 79003. It was available from 2012 to 2014. It was originally $69.99. Now, if you want to get your hands on it, it's about $300 new and about $225 used. So we're going to see why everybody loves this set. We're going to start things off with probably the best part of this set, which is the figs. So from left to right, we have Bilbo, Gandalf the Grey, Balin, Bofur, Bombur, and Dwalin, which getting 4 dwarves in one set is pretty awesome. So Bilbo, he's great. A lot of the other sets have him in kind of his adventurer's wear. This one has him in just kind of his suspenders and pants, just kind of relaxed at home before everything happens. Then Gandalf the Grey, this is the same fig that's in the entire 2012 wave. Later on, they did change it a bit, but really all they changed was instead of having the wizard hat, he went to having hair. So they didn't really do a whole lot with him. But then you got Balin, which Balin, I love the beard piece. The cape works for him. He definitely resembles the character, but this kind of the beard with it goes down and goes two directions. I feel like this is going to be me someday. soon as it goes completely gray, I'm pretty sure I'm going to look like Balin. So then after that, you got Bofur, which I love this headpiece. It's kind of difficult to see here, but the headpiece is actually, it's fully rubber. So it's kind of soft, which definitely helps if you were going to step on it. I just, kind of love the expression on his face and kind of the disheveled look of the printing on the front. And then you've got Bombur next, which for him, his hairpiece is not just his hair and his beard. They actually give him like this giant gut, which I like that because most minifigs you can't really get that, overweight look, which with him is like a core part of his character. So I like that they have that. And then you got Dwalin, which he's pretty cool because of the tattoos which are on the front of his head, but then also the back. I really like that. And then the beard piece on this is definitely something that you could use in just, really anything. Actually, really the only beard piece in here that wouldn't be amazing in other things would be probably Bombur. But, honestly, it's pretty cool. Plus, he's got a bald spot on the top. So, the only thing of note in this is Balin, since they did the dark red and this is kind of in the bad years, be careful. I had to, when we got this one in, I ended up having to replace the torso on him, and now I'm just too afraid to do anything with it because yeah, they break easy. But now who's that? No, okay, Smeagol does not come in this set. He's just trying to get the ring. All right, now we're gonna look at the inside. So I lied. We're gonna start outside the house because how else would you enter a house? So. I love the look of it. Now you have the fence down here, which kind of is like a broken down look. The only thing, like the gate here opens. The only thing that I selfishly wish they did is now it wouldn't have been appropriate for the set, but no admittance except on party business. But that would be for the Lord of the Rings. But Bag End didn't really change during that time, so I really wish I could have that sticker. You've got the round windows and door, which they did a great job of getting the shape here, and then the door, which we'll see how it swings open, but it does open, which is definitely a good thing. And then you've got the matching windows in each side, and then you can see the clear glass in here. I'll end up showing a little bit later how that's kind of put together, but even though it's a round window and they don't have a round glass piece, they were able to do it using the spinner bottoms and then some clear pieces to kind of fill in there. So I thought that was pretty creative. Out the top, you have the chimney, some kind of leaf pieces, and the tree coming out of the top. Then around the sides, You have another couple windows and just kind of sills and just kind of filled out with flowers and plants. And then you also have the bench right by the front door. So just kind of all in all, it's not like none of this set, before we even get into it, none of this set is going to be like perfect on the layout, but that doesn't really matter since this is a play set. But in the front, that kind of carries through as well. There's little things here and there if people want to be nitpicky. I mean, that's kind of why you would do a UCS version on your own if you wanted it to be exact, but this is a perfect play scale. And welcome to the inside of Bag End. So before we go any further, because this would be kind of what you were going to do if you were going to use this, is we're going to pull off the top. So the whole thing is kind of plates on the bottom, and then most of the top is going to be tiles, and then you're going to have a few spots of studs, which this one here, which it just happened, comes off pretty often, but it also doesn't stop it from going on and being taken off. So it works either way. But first thing is the door. So the door opens like this, like we were talking about before. And I was really impressed by the amount of how they built this up. Like they definitely didn't just like put one piece that when you tried to open it, it would pop off. It's reinforced about 4 different ways. So this thing can open and close to your heart's delight, and it's not gonna just come off from you trying to open or close it, which I like, because a lot of sets I see, and especially things that people build, will just have one stud connection. That's not enough clutch power to be able to actually use it. And especially with something like this, where you can't have it sandwiched between 2 pieces or kind of pulling on different directions, you really got to have several different plates going in different directions to be able to get that clutch power. So to the one side, you have just kind of some bottles on the shelf. You have Bilbo's sword, and then in the center, kind of going along the back wall, you have the hearth, the stove. I wish they had put a light brick in here, but eh. Then you've got Bilbo's diary, which has a little inkwell, and then they used a feather piece for like a little quill, which was really great. And then on the side, opposing side, you have a bottle and a letter. So just kind of more just shelves everywhere, which kind of shows all the storage options. Which I know when I was looking at houses, that's all they would talk about. There's a lot of storage. So apparently if you live in the ground, there's lots and lots of storage. So then center point of the entire room, which is kind of the center point of the scene in the movie, is the table. Just piled high with food, just all kinds of food. You got bread, pretzels, some chicken or turkey, some berries, lots of mead or whatever else, wine they were drinking, just kind of piled high on the table. Now the figs, since they have the short legs, most of them, with the exception of Gandalf, they can't sit down. So it's a little awkward with the chairs, but they're always going to have to stand on there. But it does work, but it would have definitely been helped had they had the movable short legs like they do now. You would have been able to kind of still get the fact that they're dwarves, while getting the playability of being able to sit them down. But time passes on. And then finally, in kind of one of the coolest pieces, individual pieces at that, are the 3 maps. So you have a map of the Shire, you have a map of the Mirkwood, and then the Desolation of Smaug. So those are kind of cool things that you can have your figs kind of hold. So that's the inside. There's not a whole lot to it except for the window, which now I'm going to show you kind of what it is. But when I was telling you before, what they ended up doing was a round central, or like around the perimeter, clear trans piece, and then a round 2x2, like kind of the things you put on the bottom of boats to skid things along, to be able to fill out that space. But from the outside, it just looks like kind of like broken up stained glass, because if they had just done like one big window, that's not really what it was. It was the glass little pieces put together with solder. So gave a really cool effect. So that's Bag End. Now, like we talked about, this set is amazing. There's a reason why everybody kind of loves it. But it's not like technically fantastic. It's not like it's reinventing the wheel, but It doesn't really need to. People love this set because they love the movie. They love the book. They want to imagine that they were in there with Bilbo and the rest of the dwarves. So this isn't something that needs to be fantastic. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. It lets us play within the world that we want to be in so badly. So I love this set. I think there's definitely a reason why everybody wants it, and yeah, the figs are amazing, especially the dwarves. I mean, the fact that they did that many pieces so that they could get them just right. I mean, like it's perfect. So I don't have a whole lot of criticisms of this set. So yeah, that's our video for today. It's great being back, and we're actually going to do a lot of these Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit sets. We actually got a bunch in the back of the shop, so we're going to roll through them in the next coming weeks. But we're excited to be back, and tune in for the next one. See you soon.